The Steel Pharaoh, justice in the virtual desert, in the depths of time's shifting sands, where the lines between reality and legend blurred, the pharaoh, a successor to Tutankhamun, did not perish as humanity believed. The curse, or rather, the blessing of the ancient gods, had granted him an unexpected immortality, an existence suspended in a state of latent consciousness, awaiting the opportune moment to fulfill his destiny. Centuries passed, empires fell and rose, and the pharaoh watched, a silent observer, the relentless march of progress. When humanity discovered tanks, these steel monsters, true modern chariots of war, a spark ignited in his immortal essence. He saw in them a connection to his ancient armies, a manifestation of the power and order he knew. Ascension into the virtual world. It wasn't a rebirth in flesh and blood, but a digital transposition. One night, as a young World of Tanks player dozed in front of his screen, an ancient energy, carried by ethereal waves, transferred into the game's virtual world. The pharaoh didn't awake in his pyramid, but in the turret of a tank. Not just any tank, but a symbolic one, a T-34-85, robust and legendary, with the look of a veteran, its paint seemingly imbued with shades of ancient gold and Egyptian blue. At first, there was confusion. The virtual maps, the deafening sounds of cannons and tracks, the absence of the warm desert sand. But his memories as a military strategist quickly reactivated. He observed the chaos, the lack of cohesion, and above all, the injustice. Players who didn't respect tactics, subtle betrayals in battle, campaigns waged without honor. His spirit as pharaoh, he who imposed Ma'at, the Egyptian concept of truth, balance, order, harmony, law, and justice, was outraged. Justice on the digital battlefield. He became the Pharaoh player, an enigmatic presence on the World of Tanks servers. No one truly knew who he was. His behavior, however, was unmistakable. He was always on the front lines, but with impeccable strategy. Arresting anarchy. The pharaoh used his tank not only to destroy enemies, but also to restore order. A player who betrayed the team or harassed other participants was immediately targeted. The pharaoh, with cold and implacable precision, isolated them, flanked them, and administered justice through surgical strikes. It was as if an ancient judge was delivering verdicts on the virtual battlefield, mentor to the righteous. On the other hand, the pharaoh began to protect and guide weaker players or those who demonstrated team spirit. Without speaking, simply through the movements of his tank, he helped them position themselves, alerted them to dangers, and provided decisive fire support. He was a silent guardian, a beacon of justice in a digital world. Balance of power. Matches in which the pharaoh was present took on a different dynamic. His opponents felt an unknown pressure, a flawless tactic, an omnipresent presence that thwarted their plans. The pharaoh didn't seek victory through brute force, but through superior strategy and digital morality. The legend of the pharaoh in World of Tanks. Over time, the legend of the pharaoh grew. Players spoke of an invisible hand that balanced the scales, of moments when a mysterious tank appeared out of nowhere to salvage a desperate situation. Some believed he was a highly advanced bot, others that he was a veteran who had learned all the game's secrets. No one suspected that, in fact, he was an immortal pharaoh, continuing his divine task of delivering justice, this time in a modern arena, forged from steel and digital code. Thus, the pharaoh, king of a bygone civilization, found a new purpose. He became the guardian of justice on the virtual battlefields, a master of tanks, ensuring that, even in the digital world, balance and honor would never be forgotten. And so, he continues to watch, immortal, through the steel turret, ready to strike down injustice wherever it may hide.